my tinfoil hat's in my car, but it's just like, it's an ironic one. And I'm normal. I'm okay. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, the more you say you're normal.
I'm not.
Appear to be. I know you're doing comedy now.
Yes.
Which you've been doing for how long now?
About 2.5 years.
About
a little
2.5
bit more
years?
than that. Yeah.
Cool. Before that, you mentioned earlier you did public speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started doing Toastmasters, which is like an international public speaking organization. I was a member of the Palm Harbor Toastmasters. Could not recommend them more. They're awesome, and I would not have had the confidence to do comedy if it weren't for.
So what do you do?
That.
What do they do? What do the Toastmasters do? What is that? I have no idea.
Oh, okay. So it's international, as I mentioned. So it's all around the world, and you learn how to do public speaking. So each meeting is structured kind of in a way where a couple of people give speeches, and then some people judge them on the speeches and kind of give critiques.
Yeah.
And then there's also an impromptu portion of the meeting where you learn how to speak off the cuff without being prompted on what you're going to be speaking about before.
So, like, were you good at it? Did you win? Are you a winner?
So, I was not bad. I remember I used to always try to give really serious speeches. Like this one time I had like a really serious speech on conspiracy theories that I had prepared. And afterwards everybody was like, that was the funniest speech I've ever heard in my entire life. You need to try stand-up comedy. And I was like, you guys, I was being really serious.
So nobody took your conspiracy very serious.
No, I was like, this is so real. I prepared so much evidence on this conspiracy for your viewing pleasure, and now you're just telling me I'm funny? Like, I'll take it, but also,
you know
like,
what it is?
The heck?
It's because you did such thorough research that it sounds so ridiculous. Yeah. People are like, this can't even be real.
This can't even be real. She fooled me. She like tickled my heart.
Well, what was your strong point? Was like a particular section of the whole thing a strong point for you? Like the research, or like the improvisation, or?
Oh, you're asking on public speaking's behalf. I thought you meant on the conspiracy behalf.
Yeah, I don't want to. We can get into that on another video.
Okay,
I think we're gonna have to do that. Maybe stir up some shit.
Conspiracy theory comedy. Okay. My strong suit, I think, was just speaking. I kind of enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
Like communicating. It's just weird to me that you can take information from your brain and put it into somebody else's brain just by like saying words. That's kind of trippy, honestly.
Event coming up, and I want to talk to you about that.
Yes.
Because it's for the homeless, right?
Yeah, it's for the homeless empowerment program. So that's right here in Clearwater. And it's a really, really neat program. They've been around for, I want to say 30 years.
Oh, yeah,
right
okay. And that's just in the Bay Area?
Clearwater, yeah, Clearwater? But they service, all around the Bay Area.
Cool. Well, so if I bit why you look so comfortable on stage.
I am very uncomfortable, but also comfortable. I lean into the discomfort.
Well, you did theater, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So, like, how long did you do that?
My entire childhood.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, do you have a favorite part or favorite play that you performed?
I played the witch in Into the Woods, and that was really cool. I got to rap about vegetables.
Nice.
So that was interesting.
Do you remember the rap?
I remember like a little bit of it. I could do. Would you like a sample?
Well, if you can remember, I mean, what vegetable are we talking about here? I don't know if we could put it on the air.
Okay.
Is this YouTube friendly?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's nothing like no wacky tobacco. It's just straight beans.
Straight rhyme.
Beans, and nothing but beans. Parsley, peppers, carrots, and celery. That's all I remember.
All right.
I don't know why I remember that. It's the only line I remember from 8th grade, but...
Did you have to dress up like a...
I dressed up like a witch, yeah.
Like a witch? Did you ever, like...
I think I had a creepy nose, if I remember.
Like, did you... I had to ask you, Who inspired you? What kind of comics did you watch? Because it's obvious that you have a particular style.
I love Maria Bamford. See, I don't watch like an abundance of comedy. I am like worried to admit that on camera.
No, that's not about watching the comics. About what's inspired you.
Oh, what inspired me?
What inspired your comedy? Are there? I mean, from what I see, you are reminiscent to me of like a Carol Burnett type, a Lucille Ball, that kind of female interpretation of comedy. I think those are strong characters.
Thank you. So if you're asking why I got started, I could tell you sort of that story.
Tell me the story.
It did start a little bit, of course, with the theater, wanting to be a theater kid, and then doing public speaking, trying to give those serious conspiracy theory videos, it's conspiracy theory speeches, and people were like, this is so funny. Which I should add, I'm not like a legit conspiracy theorist, I just really,
Disclaimer.
I'm not, my tinfoil hat's in my car, but it's just like, it's an ironic one, and I'm normal. I'm okay. I'm not.
Yeah, the more you say you're normal.
I'm not.
You appear to be normal.
I was at a party. This is how I actually got started. I was at a party and I overheard this like guy, and I thought he was cute, and he was, kind of talking. He's like, I want to start doing stand up, and I just happened to overhear him, and I was like, yeah, me too. Like, happy. That was like completely not anything I had really
you look nice
planned to do it, but anyway. So he was like, yeah, get my number, and we started doing comedy together, and then he ended up quitting.
So you got into this to get this guy's number?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, cool.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm being real with you. He knows it now.
Has he come to your show?
Yeah, we're still friends.
Does he enjoy your comedy?
I think so. I hope so.
That I see is what you write on your post. This is always I'll read this and you tell me why this came to exist. Reminder to stay open. You never know when you're going to have your next great idea or wave of inspiration. You never know when you'll meet somebody with a missing piece of your puzzle, the piece which will propel you to quantum leap to the next level. Magic is everywhere. Be open to it.
I like to post things that I wish somebody would tell me.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So this is a reminder for yourself.
Yeah. But also I kind of see like social media can be whatever you make of it. So if you make it like really negative and you're just always like looking at bad things and like posting bad things, then that's what it is for you. But for me, I like to make it into like we're all sharing like a consciousness together. Like we're all, it's like a big place to share ideas and spread things relatively quickly, and you can just, whatever you want to put out there, you can. So I just, whatever like I feel is inspiring, I try to
lay it out
share if possible.
I like it.
Thanks.
That's good. So people can see this stuff every day on your social media. So that's, and then some of them are a little different. Some of them are a little like lessons.
I guess so.
So with that in mind, tell me, what are your thoughts on karma? You seem to have there would be an opinion.
On karma, I don't really have. I'm an open-minded skeptic, so I've heard a lot of different thoughts on karma, and I don't really stick to any one school of thought, because really you don't know what what the truth is. Like, I've kind of watched videos or like tried to listen to different religious philosophers on different things like that, and of course everybody has their own opinion. I don't really have one opinion.
Like, you're not taking a negative twist on anything.
I try not to. I don't really know how. I don't think I'm quick enough to be mean.
You don't think you're quick enough to be mean?
I don't think I'm quick enough to be mean. I feel like if I tried to roast somebody, they would come back at me with something, and I'd just be like, like I'm dead. I'm like a dead cockroach in the road.
Dead cockroach.
Like, I can't.
Well, if there were a comic that you think there would be a conspiracy theory about, who would it be?
I think there already are some conspiracy theories.
Which ones?
About you.
Me?
Yeah, I heard
my
that you
God.
are. Okay, if you delve really deep into like Reddit or YouTube, you can find this Mandela effect conspiracy. And forgive me, because this was a speech I wrote several years ago, so I'm not entirely sure how great I'm trying to explain it in this moment, but essentially there's this belief that people have that there's different timelines, because groups of people have different memories of historical things that happen, and they can swear by it. So the Mandela effect is, I think one group of people could have sworn that he died in prison, and then another group of people could have sworn that he like lived on after he went to prison and became, I think it was prime minister, something like that. And then there's also like a group of people who swear that the Bernstein Bears was pronounced the Bernstein Bears, but then there's another group of people who could have sworn it was pronounced the Berenstain Bears. So it's basically just this really weird conspiracy that there's different timelines that people are living in, and that, time is not linear, and there's like holes in the matrix that cause
like
these
parallel.
like weird glitches to happen. Yeah, I mean, I was not really taking the speech that seriously. I just thought it was like an interesting thing that I had learned about, and I wanted to share it in a serious way. Not in a way of like I believed in it 100%, but more in just this is interesting, do you want to know about it? And everybody was like, that's not interesting, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Do they that you want to get out of comedy?
Uh-huh.
Are you going to wait for a guy sitting next to you say, I hate comedy, and say, let's exchange numbers?
Yeah, that's the plan. I just want to really, I think in order to get out of comedy, I need a super serious man. He's like anti-comedy. Like, I would date probably a heckler in order to get out of comedy. I think that would be my stepping stone. Would be just like a really angry dude who sits at the front of comedy shows and is like shaking his cane like, hey, I hate this.
Why does he have a cane in the showroom?
I don't know.
It's very dangerous. He's got to be very old. Are you looking for an older guy? What's going on here?
I don't know.
He's got to be he's either an elderly man or he's a war veteran. And he just hates everybody.
No, he just brings he angrily brings a cane for dramatic effect. Like, I don't like what you have to say. You're not funny. Get off.
Well, what if that doesn't work out and you have to succeed at comedy? What's the plan? Where are you going?
What's the plan?
Where do you see yourself?
Where do I see myself doing comedy? That's so interesting. I don't know. I've just kind of done really random things that feel aligned. Like this Comedy for a Cause show just feels like something that I needed to do. So I just kind of see where it takes me.
Is this kind of an organic journey?
Yeah, it feels very much like flowing in and out of streams, and I don't know, now I sound like a hippie.
We're getting back to that karma.
I'm flowing. It's karma. It's karmic. It's vibes.